Yeah, good evening, guys. Trust everyone is having a good weekend. So, I did make a post earlier and a short video that Ijele is out. Few persons are still asking if he's out. Yes, of course. Ijele has been released from Ikoyi correctional facilities. You know, I don't know how more I can explain this. I think people can check on more Show page. It's been posted there. So yeah, without wasting more time, please guys, Ijele is out. Is out. That's the much I can say. You know, and hopefully before the end of the weekend or sometime when he's gonna be here to address few issues. You know, so I wouldn't want to say much. I wouldn't want to say much. But again, I'll thank everyone. The least, you know, if I want to thank everyone individually, that's going to be difficult for me to do because the list is quite enormous. But first, I will thank his legal representatives, whom has been working towards his release, and as well as thank members of Ijele Nation, and you know, most of you guys, even those who, at a point, it looks as if this day will never come, but then here we are today. And I'll be careful enough not to tell his stories. I believe with time, he would be the one to tell his stories. And it takes experience to understand certain things. So I would ask, most times personally, I try to reevaluate things. But when I look at the bigger picture as a Nigerian, we have a work to do. And that work is to fight impunity at all levels. Because, yeah, Victor, she tried as well. It wasn't easy. And in all of this, we've experienced what I'll describe as a hard, you know, I mean, the experience has strengthened my person, I would say. But the last 48 hours has been one of the most challenging one, not even to mention the last 4 hours of today. But it doesn't matter whether you describe it as Nigeria has happened to Ijele or not. The truth remains for me in all of this. Most Nigerians are going through the same situation. And if the system is not properly overhauled, institutions fit for purpose, impunity, checkmated, we all are victims. We all are victims, you know. And few of us, or many of us, when you see these pulpit bandits, you look at them as if, as if they are sent. No. It takes a personal encounter for you to know how malicious these guys can be. But in all, I thank the universe. I thank the deities of our lands. I thank fellow Nigerians with conscience and humanity. I thank those from all creed, walks of life that came together to say, you know what, Ijele do not deserve such impunity meted on him. It's no longer news. Most of us only need to keep our ears on the ground and pay close attention to what many God of men are using the institutions to carry out their bidding. But this can only happen when impunity, unethical conduct, and where institutions are not fit for purpose. I wouldn't want to call the name of any God of man, but if you pay close attention, you see that these men, they come out today not to brag with their Holy Spirits or their mystical powers, but they come out to say, if you criticize them, they will lock you up, they will do this, they will do that. But these things will fly because of what? Absence of governance, and institutions are still not fit for purpose. That is not to say our institutions are not ripe for such. They are ripe. I wonder how most people will go sit down believing that the God of man has the power to do jack, when the so-called God of men rely completely on compromising the institutions to get their bidding. They say experience is the best teacher. Personally, I've known that majority of the God of men, they can only walk with their shoulder high because of mainly they are operating in Nigeria. I mean, most of the utterances made by few God of men in Nigeria regarding to, gross abuse of and violating the rights of fellow Nigerians cannot be made in Nigeria. In fact, I said it. The current Prime Minister of the United Kingdom cannot look me to the face and tell me he will lock me up. He has got no rights. Making such a comment would not only cause a public uproar, it will affect him as a politician, and it could even affect him resigning from his office. But what do we as Nigerians observe? Pastors, they make comments that, is quite appalling. Yeah, forget that ministry. Forget that ministry. The grateful thing is this: they had their plans, and their plan was this, to honor life Ijele. It's simple. is simple. Like I did say, he will tell his stories. And again, for those who are still asking if Ijele is out, yes, he's out. You know, he's been granted bail and all bail conditions fulfilled. At least that's the much we can say, or I can say. But maybe, I don't think today will be visible for him. But let's see from now till Sunday if he would be on Facebook Live, at least to show his stance of appreciation to all those who stood by him and stood for him through this thick and thin, and to as well pour out his appreciation to everyone who fought for him. I don't want to start naming so that I don't miss out on names that I should mention, and I don't want to mention names I shouldn't mention. But then, thank you to everyone. Thank you to everyone. You know, that's all I can say. And guys, Ijele is out. Yeah, Mohammed, you've said it all. You've said it all. You've said it all. The justice system. And that is why, I mean, I don't know what else to say. Most of the current politicians, they have been through this system and they know how easily it's compromised. Let me say this. There are many Nigerians who have gotten lost within the justice system. It's heartbreaking. Let me put that of Ijele aside. Most of us have seen fellow Nigerians coming out to tell their experiences, how they've been held over a decade in the correctional facilities without being sentenced. The question is this. I am one who is for justice. And I am one who believes the justice should take its course. But how do we discuss this as Nigerians, knowing that our fellow citizens, our fellow patriots, our fellow compatriots are held in various correctional facilities in Nigeria for no just cause? Civil cases that shouldn't see a fellow Nigerian held for 24 hours have kept fellow Nigerians behind bars for years. And this is the experience many Nigerians are going through. Even prior to Ijele having this experience, this is a common knowledge. But then, this is the thing that is bedeviling every one of us. And these are the areas where this God of man are holding on to. I have the right to criticize any God of man, be it subjectively or constructively. But if they claim to have these, their powers to fight the occultic kingdom, the marine kingdom, to do every of their shenanigans, this is me abusing a God of man, for example, criticizing him, calling him out for his so-called questionable miracles. If that God of man has that power, let him use it to fight me spiritually. They don't. They don't. I'm a Christian. I'm not against anybody practicing their faith. But that is, all these things, I wouldn't say most, few of these pastors who have engaged into unprofessional conduct. I wouldn't just want to mention the Nigerian police as a whole, but there are few of the officers who are working hands in hand with these guys, putting people behind bars. But again, it is down to the justice system to, follow the latter. That listen, these are cases of defamation of character, I am not sentencing or remanding any person to prison. That is the only way these things will be addressed. But so long there are loopholes, so long this God of men know that yes, these things, any Nigerian can be remanded to prison for defamation, they will continue to capitalize on it. Say, for example, on what ground should the court remand any Nigerian in prison? He has to be spelled out. I'm not a lawyer, I'm not a judge, but not until the institution, the Nigerian judiciary, how would I say, audit itself and begin to go through audit of cases. But this thing happens on a number of reasons. I would say I may be wrong, but I can bet this: the Nigerian judiciary is not yet digitalized. There should be an audit. I mean, we need systems in place where cases before a court can be electronically audited, where there should be an independent body still within the judiciary that can go through files and look at cases and look at, even if we go now, ask the Nigerian judiciary to give a data of how many Nigerians they've remanded in custody. They cannot produce that data. It's as bad as that. But here, if you go to the Ministry of Justice, ask for the data of how many persons held in various prisons in England and Wales or in the United Kingdom, within a couple of hours they will produce that data to tell you, in Burma's prison, this is the number, in this prison, in World War prison, this is the number. And if you want to break down that audit by the categories of offenses they committed, they would produce it. When I say we need to put a system in place, there's nothing wrong in it, but so long there are no system in place, many Nigerians will suffer the same fate as Ijele, as other Nigerians. In fact, last year there's this guy that gave an interview. He spent 10 years in prison. He never was charged to court for one day. What is his story? From the timeline, he said he was arrested by SARS. They made a request for XYZ amount to be given. He hasn't got that money. Next thing, they dumped him in prison. This is how a fellow citizen, a law-abiding citizen, spent 10 years in prison. And many are still having similar and same experience to date. This guy, I think, this lawyer, is it Enabong Enyefong, the one that was remanded in custody by one of the judges from Cross River? He's popular on social media. He went to prison. He came out to say the same thing. Very dark man came out to say the same thing. Also, Gallo has the same experience. Now, the question is this: when will the Nigerian judiciary decide to go digital? And when will they begin to audit? Audit is not only one is done in firms. I can tell you from my work-related experience, they do audit, prison audit as well. Don't call me now, please. I'm used to say for your calling. They do prison audit as well. What are those audits? To find out the welfare of those held in prisons, if it's being violated, how many people are being held in prisons. I mean, many Nigerians are missing in prison. Most, their family do not even know they're in prison. We have seen where people do write notes, give to other inmates who are living. Please, pass this to my family. They don't know I'm here. And many have stayed up to 4 years. This should be the challenge the Nigerian Bar Association and the Nigerian Judiciary and the Ministry of Justice should begin to address. How can an institution become part of the tool to violate the rights of the citizens? If I commit a crime today, let the law take its course. But I should not suffer unjustly because I criticize a single individual and they target character defamation, and I have to spend over a year in prison. I mean, why should that happen? Why should that happen? Why should that happen? These are the questions. But again, most Nigerian judges, they know this. Most Nigerian magistrates, they know this. And most personnel of federal ministries of justice, be at the state level, federal level, they know this. The question, the onus lies on them while they begin to do the audits. Please, Ijele is out. That is why I'm making this video. Because I've put up a post, I've said this, our people are still asking for over a year plus. I've not said any such thing. I know most people want to see him on Facebook Live. He will come on Facebook Live when, he can. But not today. Certainly, maybe let's look forward to tomorrow or next. Or probably next week. But for a fact, Ijele has been released from prison. He's been granted bail by both courts. So, because he has case in two different courts. But the only thing I think home is, at least he's alive. And thank you to those fellow Nigerians who stood by him, who saw the malicious plans, who saw everything these guys intended to do and said no. At least they fought alongside with him. Left for these few Nigerians, probably I wouldn't have been saying the same thing I'm saying today. And I'll leave you guys now. So that's it. He's out. Hopefully, the focus for now will be on his health, because he has kidney issues, and I've said this in time past. He never had any of these issues, not until he was transferred from Kefi prison to Ikoyi correctional facilities. And the pointers are there. People should go and look at what the God of Man said prior to a week or two before Ijele got arrested, that those who are criticizing him will suffer kidney failure. And like I say, he will come to tell his own story. Guys, Ijele is out. And again, thank you. Ezoku Soso, I greet you. Igbo Abuchi, I greet you. And many of you guys who have been so worried, like I would say, the cycle or his close cycle, with the little information I did have, I tried to contain everything. But the last 48 hours to the last 4 hours of today has been one that, got me so worried. Because we've been close to, and all hopes were dashed. I wouldn't want to say certain things, but guys, whatever you can do to stay out of trouble, please do it. Because the way the institutions and fellow citizens, fellow Nigerians who are the elite, the politicians, the privileged ones, the way they want to position the country is, do not criticize, do not say anything, because chances are you might end up in prison for the rest of your life. This is one lesson I've learned in all of this. And that is something they are working to achieve without us acknowledging it. They are using the institutions, they are using the judiciary, they are using the prisons. Most of you, social media influencers, people, persons have got into trouble, please, I would appeal this. Yes, we all have the freedom of speech, but freedom of speech is not absolute. Please be careful, be mindful of what you see on social media, and be careful of the battle you pick, because you can pick a legitimate battle, you can pick a battle for good conscience, but just know this, the institutions are not protecting you. The institutions are not working for the weak or to protect the ordinary Nigerian. This is one experience and one lesson I've learned. Probably, in the words of late Bola Ige, sit down they look. That is what they want to position Nigeria to be. Very Dark Man has been in and out of prison, in and out of courts, in and out of trouble for speaking up. I'm not saying the way he does present his issues are the best, but he speaks up. I'm not saying the way Ijele did present most of his issues are the best, but he spoke up. Let me not begin to mention persons that have nothing to do with my video. But the question is this: if the institutions were working, majority of the cause, or let me use the word battle, these guys are picking up as ordinary citizens, the institutions would deal with it. That's the simple truth. That's the simple truth. Should I mention a case of negligence in hospitals? Who are you to speak up? The other day, a guy posted a picture. He saw some accident victims somewhere in Abuja, drove them to Abuja Hospital. I think is it Abuja General Hospital, and he was making a video. You saw how the staff were so reluctant to even get these guys treated. Who will speak up for us? It has to come to a point, us as Nigerians will ask ourselves, who will speak up for us? The institutions are not protecting us. The politicians are not speaking up for us. I mean, if you speak up, you get arrested, and they know what to present before the court: defamation of character. Once they present that, my brother, that might be good night. You know, if you see them, they are here. So that could be it. You know, in everything, you look at the lessons learned, the gains made. For me, I will advise fellow citizens, be careful of what you see on social media, because they are using it. They are quick to approach the police, and they come up with defamation of character. The rest is they take the person to court, they are remanded in prison, and that's it, for no just cause. You know, that's it, for no just cause. So guys, I'll leave you now, and hopefully I'll catch up with you guys. But that's it. My brother, if I'm Ndewo, Ofujide Bube, Ndewo, and thank you as well for, you know, standing and speaking up. At least you did say this on your program a few days ago. If I don't worry about that guy, don't worry about them. Because at the end of the day, you see, something people forget is this: nobody lives forever. Those who are helping to bastardize the system, they will not live forever. They will be gone someday. You know? So when you see them make all these comments, I'm not bothered. I'm not bothered. But it is sad as a Nigerian that the institutions are working against the citizens. What it means, you do not have any form of right as a citizen. That's the simple truth. You know, I'm not worried about those guys. I'm not worried about them. Guys, I'll leave you all now. Thank you. And hopefully, Ijele will come to Facebook Live, if not tomorrow or next. But I believe between Saturday, Sunday, he should be able to do a Facebook Live. Have a great evening, all.